One lave tête is not enough. A lot of voodooism, mambo, Hougan, they, get into the ritualistic procedure of a lave tête. They look at that as a cleanse. But let me explain something to you people. Maybe you haven't, picked up the word of God and went back into the Old Testament. You read that Naaman was told to go into the Jordan River and take a dip 7 times. Not 1 time, but 7 times. See, let me explain something to you people. If you're a root worker, you know about, gophers, dust, you know about working with very, unclean creatures. So for you Christians out there, you know that Leviticus gives a list of unclean creatures as well as unclean scenarios. When you come in contact with these unclean creatures or these unclean environment, these things can contaminate your soul. So when that happens, you have to cleanse yourself. You have to be put away, as they would say in that language. Now, where does this tie into voodoo? I'm using this as an example. So when you talk about lave tête and voodoo, this is something that is not just done once. Let me just say this. It should not be done once. It is something that should be done over and over until whatever has contaminated the individual's soul has been lifted. Some of you people, you go to these Hougans and Mombo, and they slap you up with a couple of chicken feathers, and you pay your $1,500, and you go back to the same sickly nature, the same sickly condition that you had before you went to those people. See, let me explain something to you people. I was brought up in a church, and I was brought up in voodoo as well. So I know both worlds. And I want to talk to you church people right now. See, what you don't understand about baptism is that the baptism is for the remission of sins. Because even in your actions, same thing with the lave tête, when you do evil things or you do wrong things, or even if someone shot certain things at you, or as mentally whatsoever, or just energy that you pick up in the environment, this thing becomes imbued and lodged in your spirit. So now when you go into the water and you take a dive, this situation, it is though the water cleanses the spirit. This is why in India they have the Ganges River. Honestly, a person should take multiple, dives underwater if they are in that setting or environment. They do it one day, then they go next day. They do it again. That's why they do it multiple times. But of course, many people follow ritual and the doctrines of commandment and the commandments of men, so they don't know this. Forgive them, Father, for they know not what they do. So, when we're talking about lave tête, or even if we're talking about baptism, it's the same result that the person is looking for. It's just that people have forgotten, what is the purpose of the things that they're doing. They get their ason, they get their, they get their initiation, their konzo, and the next thing you know, they feel like it's it. So, I'm not going to linger too much on this. This is what I have to say about this topic here. I'm out. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.